Hello and welcome to the Allfax video training series. Today's video will cover the basic copy functions of your Sharp copier. At the machine, click on the copy button on the touchscreen. This will open the main screen for the copy function. There are several buttons we'd like to go over while on this screen. The first, in the lower right, would be the start button to start your copy jobs. And another button that is of importance is the C key. If you accidentally put in 500 and you only wanted 50, the C key will clear the quantity and you can put in the correct quantity for your copy job. If you had additional settings like two-sided copy, and down here at output you had picked staple and one staple, and you wanted to reset the entire panel, the CA button will clear the entire panel and you start over. Another button that can be very helpful is the send and print button. Many times users want to make a copy of an original and scan the original. The send and print button allows you to do both at the same time. So if we wanted to make a copy of our original and also send the email, we could go to send and print. We would select an email, select the enter address button. If we hit the start button at this point, we're going to make a copy of our original and send that same original as a PDF file attached to the email to the destination we picked. Can be very helpful. The basic copy functions are all on the left side of the screen. So let's take a look. The first button is the original. The original button displays what size the original that's on the glass or in the document feeder. Additionally, you can select the original button to manually pick the size. This can be helpful if you have an odd size original and wanted to put it on a letter sheet of paper, or let's say legal or 11 by 17. You can manually select the original size, and that way you can bypass any issues that the machine might have detecting a smaller size original. We're going to hit clear A. The next button down is paper select. Paper select allows you to pick a paper tray manually instead of letting the machine pick for you. So let's say if you look at the display of the machine, you had loaded a blue stock in tray 4 and you wanted the machine to feed from tray 4. You would go paper select, select tray 4, and at this point you could hit the start button and the job would run the blue paper out of tray 4. So let's hit clear all. The next button down is two-sided copies. There are 4 choices here. On the left of each button is what you have in your hand. It points to the copy it's going to produce. So the first one is I have a single-sided original and I wanted the exact copy, a single-sided copy. I would press one-sided to one-sided. If I had a single-sided original and wanted to make two-sided copies, I'd pick 1 to 2. On the next one, if I had a two-sided original and wanted an exact copy, I'd pick 2 to 2. And the last one, if I had a two-sided original and wanted to break it up into single-sided copies, I would select that button. The next button down is copy ratio. There are 4 main choices on this screen: 64, 77, 121, and 129%. If you look underneath each button, you have a bunch of numbers, and they can be confusing, but if you look under 64%, it says 11 by 17. That's the size of your original, and it points to what paper it will produce that on. So if I have a ledger size sheet, which is almost the entire size of the glass, and wanted to reduce it and put it on a letter sheet, I'd pick 64%. If you look at 77, if I had the same 11 by 17 but really wanted to run it on legal, I could pick 77%. Additionally, if you were to pick 64% and you wanted to make it slightly larger, if you go to the plus and minus key, you could enlarge it just a little bit if need be. The idea with the first 4, though, the main buttons, is to get you in the ballpark. You can adjust if need be using the plus and minus button. Let's clear that out. The next button down is exposure. This is how you lighten or darken your copies. If you notice, you have down below there, though, you have photo, text and printed photo. These are making adjustments for the type of original. If all you wanted to do, if the auto exposure is not light enough or dark enough, you can go to the scale and just move it over as need be and turn off auto. The next button down is output. Your machine, by default, is set up to make sorted or collated sets. So if I take 3 pages and tell it 10, it's going to produce the document 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 and offset each set in the tray. If I had 2 originals and wanted 50 of each original, I didn't want it to go original 1, original 2. I wanted 50 of 1, 50 of 2. You would come down and pick group. I see group used a lot of times in schools and churches. Just something that you might consider there. So I'm going to hit clear all. We're going to go back to output. If you look across the bottom, you have the little tabs. The next one's going from left to right. We're on sort and group. Let's hit staple. You have a couple of choices. You have one staple that would be in the top left corner of an 8.5 by 11 sheet. You have 2 staples, which would be in the left margin. A single staple in the top left corner. It will only allow you to staple 50 sheets of 8.5 by 11 paper, 25 legal sheets and 25 ledger sheets. They can be single-sided or two-sided, doesn't matter. The 2 staples is 50 sheets of letter, and then the 25 for both legal and ledger. If you look across the top again, we have punch. So we're going to select punch, and your choices are for 2 and 3 hole punch. Pick 2 and 3 hole punch. On an 8.5 by 11 sheet, it will punch down the left side. There is no limit to how many sheets it punches. It punches each sheet as they go through the machine, so unlike stapling, there's no limit. So let's hit clear all. The final button in the basic menu is the End Up button. This feature allows you to put multiple copies on one sheet of paper. It's similar to the slide printout from PowerPoint. Let's take a quick look. If you notice, you have a choice of 2, 4, or 8. So if I pick 4, this would allow me to put 4 images on one sheet of paper. Additionally, you could add borders to separate the images. You could hit OK at the top of the screen. You could go to two-sided and pick one-sided or two-sided. This would allow you to put 4 images on the front of a sheet of paper and 4 images on the back. This will help you reduce the amount of paper you hand someone or file. Let's hit OK and clear all. There are 3 additional buttons at the bottom of the screen: the star, the check, and others. The star will list any saved settings for the copy mode. The check will display any settings that have been applied to a particular job, and others will list all of the editing features that are not covered in the basic menu. So let's take a look. There are quite a few editing features listed in the others section. A couple that we're going to take a closer look at are the dual page copy on the front screen, and if we scroll down to the back, you'll see job build. Let's take a closer look at both of these. To access dual page copy, go to your machine, press the copy button, press others, press dual page copy. Take your book or bound document and line the binding up with the picture of a book on the back of the glass. Press your start button. The machine will copy both halves of the glass and put them on 2 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper. There's dual page copy. Another feature that can be very useful, especially when copying a document with a high number of sheets, is job build. The limitation on how many sheets you can copy in one job run is determined by the page capacity of the document feeder. Job build is a way to get around that limitation. So let's take a look. We're going to go to copy, we're going to go to others, we're going to scroll to the second page, and we're going to pick job build. We're going to load, let's say this is our first 150 sheets. We're going to load that in the feeder, and we're going to press start. The machine is waiting on us to load the additional sheets, so we can go ahead and do that. And We're going to press the start key and it will feed the additional sheets. As you notice, nothing has been produced. Once we have all the sheets scanned in and we're ready, we'll press read in, and our job will be produced as one complete job. You could stand here and scan in up to 500 sheets and have the machine produce it as completed sets. Job build can be a really helpful feature. That completes our video, and thanks for watching. If you need additional information or support, please visit our website at www.allfacts.com. You can also contact us at our main number at 504-443-0188. On behalf of the entire AllFacts team, we appreciate and value your business. Thanks, and have a great day.